There is a road in Pakistan, and I won't tell you which one because some of you drive it every night, where people have seen her, standing alone, past midnight, dressed head to toe in red. They call her the Dulhan, the bride. And if you ever find yourself driving late at night and your headlights catch the shimmer of red embroidered fabric on the side of the road, don't stop the car. In South Asia, a bride is the most sacred sight there is. A woman dressed in her joda, that heavy traditional bridal outfit stitched with gold thread draped in crimson. She is a symbol of celebration, of family, of one of the most important days of a person's life. The ghunghat hides her face, a long cloth pulled down over her eyes so that only the hands, adorned in deep dark mehendi, intricate and beautiful, are visible. She is supposed to be surrounded by family, by music, by noise and color and life. So when you see her alone, on a dark road, at 2 in the morning, something inside you, something ancient and animal and instinctive, should be screaming. But most people don't listen to that voice. Most people think, what if she's in trouble? What if she actually needs help? What kind of person just drives past a woman alone on a highway? And that kindness is exactly what she counts on. Tariq was a truck driver. He had driven the Lahore to Multan road so many times he could do it half asleep, which some nights he basically did. He was a practical man. He didn't believe in ghost stories. He had driven enough dark highways, enough foggy winter nights to know that the things that go wrong on roads are real. Tire bursts, drunk drivers, flooded crossings. Not ghosts. Not dulhans. It was a Tuesday night in late November. The kind of cold that doesn't bite right away, it just slowly wraps itself around you, like hands, until you realize you're shivering and you don't even know when it started. Tariq had his heater on, the radio played softly. It was just past 1 a.m. He was 40 minutes outside of the last town, on a stretch of road where there is nothing, no houses, no dhabas, no streetlights. Just the beam of his headlights cutting through the black. And then he saw her. Red, standing right at the edge of the road. As the headlights washed over her fully, his brain processed it slowly, piece by piece. The red fabric, the gold embroidery catching the light like embers, the ghunghat pulled all the way down, the red-painted hands clasped together in front of her. A bride, alone, on the highway, at 2 in the morning. His truck rolled to a stop 10 feet from her. She didn't move, she didn't flinch from the headlights. She just stood there. "Bibi," he called out. "Sister, are you all right?" No response. "Bibi, are you hurt? Do you need help?" And then, slowly, so slowly, she turned her head toward him. She didn't walk to him, she didn't speak, she just turned her face in his direction. Even with the ghunghat down, he couldn't see her face, just the vague outline of something beneath the cloth. Tariq, because he was a good man and because he could not drive away from what looked like a woman alone in the dark, got out of the truck. He walked toward her, his breath misted in the cold air. "Bibi, where are you trying to go? Are you lost? I can take you to the next town." She didn't answer, but she moved, slowly, toward the passenger side of the truck, as if she had already decided she was getting in. Tariq stood there watching her, and that's when he felt the thing he would later struggle to describe to anyone who would listen. Not fear exactly, not yet, just wrongness.
The air had changed. The radio had gone silent. Not static, just swallowed, like the road had eaten the sound. And there was a smell, faint, sweet, the kind of sweet that makes your stomach turn before your brain knows why. Like flowers, but underneath the flowers, something else, something dark and wet and old. He stood frozen as she reached the passenger door, and he noticed, for the first time, that the bottom of her jora was not touching the ground. She was hovering, just barely, just enough. Tariq told people later that he doesn't know why he got back in the truck. He said it was like his body moved on its own, like something had reached inside his chest and was steering him. He climbed in. She was already in the passenger seat. He didn't look at her directly. He stared straight ahead, put the truck in gear. Where do you need to go?" he asked. Silence. He drove. What else could he do? He drove and he kept his eyes on the road, and he tried to control his breathing, and he told himself there was a rational explanation. There had to be. And then she spoke. Her voice was like a voice heard from underwater, distorted, far away, wrong in a way he could feel in his back teeth. She said, "Do you know what happened on this road?" Tariq's hands tightened on the wheel. "No," he said, "I don't." "A bride died here," she said, "on her wedding night, on this very road. They never found her." His hands were shaking. He could see them shaking on the wheel. He could not make them stop. He whispered, "I'm sorry, because what else do you say?" The cold was unbearable now. The heater was on full, but the cold was coming from beside him, like she was a tear in the world and winter was seeping through. He looked in the rear-view mirror. In the mirror, there was no one in the passenger seat. He snapped his head to his right. She was there, right there, solid. He could see every thread in her outfit, the weight of the gungat, the stillness of her hands. He looked back at the mirror. Empty. He looked right again. She was staring at him, and for just 1 second, the gungat slipped, just for a second, just enough.
Tariq screamed. He yanked the wheel. The truck skidded sideways, gravel exploding under the tires, the whole cab lurching. And he drove, flat out. He didn't look right again. He didn't speak. He just drove until he could see lights ahead. A dhaba, people, the blessed ordinary world. He stumbled out, and the people at the dhaba found him at 1:30 a.m., standing in the parking lot, unable to form a single word, shaking so violently his teeth were audible. They looked inside the truck. The passenger seat was empty, but the seat was wet, soaking wet, as if someone had been sitting there, crying for a very long time. And on the dashboard, in what was unmistakably the shape of a human hand, pressed in something dark red, something that looked exactly like Mehndi. Nobody knows who the bride was. Some say she was a woman killed on her wedding night, decades ago, a road accident, a tragedy that the papers didn't cover, because such things happened and the world moved on without her. Some say she appears to test people, to see who will stop, to see who has enough kindness or enough foolishness to help a stranger in the dark. And some say she is still looking for the life that was taken from her, still waiting at the edge of that road, still dressed for a wedding that never happened, still waiting for someone to take her home. So tonight, if you're driving late, if the road stretches out ahead of you into nothing, if the radio goes quiet and the air turns cold and your headlights catch something red on the side of the road, just keep driving. Don't be kind, not tonight.